Hello. Actually, my last video, I talked about respect, so we're just going to do like maybe a part two. It wasn't supposed to be a part two, but I needed to answer someone's question that actually PM'd me on Facebook. So we're going to do that. I'm Nurse Amy, and welcome to Nurse Amy TV channel. So I talked about respect in my last video, and someone wrote to me and said, oh, I don't think calling someone honey is rude. Okay, so I'm here to tell you, if you call me honey, I find it rude, especially if you're younger than me. And if you're not younger than me and you're a male and you call me honey, I find it demeaning. First of all, I'm not your honey. I do have my honey. I'm a married woman, and I do have my honey. My husband is my honey. My kids are my honey. So against that backdrop, it's okay for those people to call me honey. When you call me honey, it's disrespectful to me. Again, like I said, is a personal thing. Some people don't mind, just like some people don't mind being called their names. Now, I'm old school. I was raised when you're addressing people, especially when they're older than you, you say ma'am, sir, Mr., or miss, or Mrs. if they want to be called by their last name, their marital name. Now, if you don't know, this is what I teach my students. When you go up to the bedside, okay, you don't know their names because they're like, oh, I don't know their name. Yeah, that's fine. Their name isn't honey though. They didn't tell you to call them honey or darling or dear. Ma'am, sir, it doesn't take anything from you. So keep practicing it. Also, the Aaron test observers is not your lover, is not your partner, is not your mom, is not your husband. So also the actors, okay? Do not go in there feeling so familiar. It rubs people the wrong way. And one of the reasons why I even talk about this, let me pick up something here. Okay, this is a pet peeve of mine, and I've said it enough in class. I'm sure my students now like, oh my God, Nurse Amy, it is true. So I'm going to share this with you. I find that people in healthcare settings and even hospitality businesses like restaurants have a very bad habit of doing this, meaning really calling people demeaning names. I hear it all the time. I go drive by maybe McDonald's. They're like, what can I get you, hon? I'm not your hon. What can I get you, ma'am? What can I get you, sir? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And that's how I raise my kids too. It shows some kind of demeanor. It shows some kind of status, if you will. Okay. It kind of elevates you above a certain class. Okay. Now, I'm trying to be, sensitive here. I'm not trashing anyone. I'm not demeaning anyone's background or what have you. But the truth of the matter is, you have people from the southern part of this country who come up to the north or who are in corporate settings, and they will change their accent, meaning they will try to speak proper, both black and white. I have friends who, they come from the south, they've got the southern drawl, which I love, by the way, but when they're talking in a corporate setting, they lose that accent. So why? Again, you want to attain a certain status. You want to attain a certain class. That is exactly what I'm saying here. When you call people, no, honey, or darling, it is rude and it is very patronizing. And whether you wanted to or not, it also automatically puts you in a pseudo superior status over those you are actually trying to be nice to. And you also need to understand, even beyond you being a CNA program, being testing in a testing site, also the populace of the people you're going to be taking care of, they are old school. So if you go into a room and you're like, hey, Mary might resist your care because she feels you're being disrespectful to her. I have treated this episode or this topic, I think in my earlier videos before. Again, because this is what happens. And people are like, I don't know why Mary is resisting my care. And somebody else comes in and say, hi, Miss Mary, how are you doing today? She opens up and embraces this person. She's more receptible, or she's more receptive. She's more receptive to this person. Why? Because this person in her mind is treating her with regard, with respect, with honor, with dignity. So it's not about you. You need to understand that. Now, in your house, you can do whatever you want. One thing my kids learned very early on, and they still do it now, like when I meet their friends, I don't care if you're 40. Okay, I'm older than that, but it's not even about age. If you're meeting somebody's mother, I'm not asking you to call me Amy. I'm not your friend. So I'm Miss Amy to you, or Mrs., my last name, if you want to do that. So my kids know to immediately to let their friends know that. So again, call people what they want to be called. If people want to be called a she and they don't look like a she to you, I mean, if that's their preferred pronoun, well, that's what you're going to use. So yes, this person who wrote to me, referring to people as honey is rude. It's rude, and you will find resistance. You will find people giving you the cold shoulder or gritting their teeth because they don't want your care. They don't want you in their space. And again, you know what? Even if you're not sure, try it. What have you got to lose? Stop using honey and see how people react to you. Because if I'm to remember correctly, I think you work in the healthcare sector. I think you're already a CNA. So go ahead, try it. When you go into the rooms of your patients, start using those respectful pronouns or adjectives, whatever you want to call them, and see if it changes your care with your patients. Again, I'm open to people, passing the comments. You all don't have to agree with me. I just know what works, okay? Again, because it's not just me pulling things out of my ear. I did interview people that are actually in the testing sites and my colleagues. What irks you? That for me irks me. I don't want to go to a place and people are like, no darling, or honey, no, that dear, you don't need that. Or what can I get for you, hon? No, please, I am not your honey. So again, I've treated this before, so go ahead and check it out, my other videos. So hopefully you got value. Please give me a thumbs up, click the notification bell so you get my videos every time I upload. And if you have not subscribed before, please go ahead and subscribe, because I can tell you it's never boring here. And if you have not visited my other YouTube channel, it's called Glam Care Academy. That's where I talk about my aesthetics practice, as a nurse esthetician, and how I'm getting my business off the ground and teaching people literally how to do business. Okay, if you're interested in that, so check that out. I will try to leave that link below, but it's Glam Care Academy. And I will see you in my next video. Remember, I am your utmost cheerleader, big and cheering you on. There's nothing you cannot do. Never ever limit yourself. I'll catch you in the next video.